Hello there everyone, and welcome back to Shogun 2 Fall of the Samurai with the Scramble for the Far East mod. We're about to invade the Russians, but before our troops get there, our agents should make land, and so, to that end, we need to open up this port right here, so I'm gonna send in the fleet to go ahead and attack them. There's an army being carried by this fleet. I cannot attack the... I need to attack this one first. I was hoping I could attack the port and in so doing drag that enemy fleet with me and sink both in one go as it is right now. I want to keep an eye on that fleet. Alright. I mean, this is easily sunk. But let's go ahead and start by attacking here first. And go ahead and seizing this so I can drop off my troops. And then we might think about sinking the reinforcements that are coming in. Decisive victory. The port was easily overcome. I thought it was going to be worse. Possibly. Because, well, I actually thought it wouldn't be worse. Now when I think about it. Because, oh, there's the Russian army. Well, now it suddenly did become worse. No, what I meant about the port attack here being... not worse, or I didn't actually think they would have batteries, so I was a little bit worried when I started in and there was two batteries situated on either side that was coming in. So unlike some ports where they've placed the guns rather poorly, this one looked like it had a pretty competent placement of the shore batteries. Because you had it on either side and it was all kind of pointing towards one kill zone. Although, since they don't fire like explosive armor piercing shell, the shore batteries don't really do anything to the ironclads. Let's go ahead and have our second naval battle here. We're gonna sink this fleet. And looks like we're gonna take down an entire Russian full stack. I mean, the chances of victory for the enemy is so slim in this one. Unfortunately, one of the enemy ships exploded and took one of my ships with me, but that seems to be the only way that the enemy is able to take down my ironclads. So unfortunately one lost one. Interesting thing is, I just had a comment today on one of my videos about why I don't like play the naval battles, where I only do like the cinematic part. And it comes from Empire and Napoleon, because the ship battles in those games take a long time. So it's a lot easier for me to... Wait, I can't re-recruit the ship that was lost. How come? How come I can't re-recruit that ironclad? Have I built it somewhere else? I can't have a 9 fleet, so we'll detach. I guess we detach one of these. That makes it even 2 ships to carry the entire army of like 5,000-6,000 men. Right. The agents have landed, the port's under control. Let's go ahead and speed this through and see if we can't come to an actual land battle against the Russians. The Russian forces look very pitiful though, in terms of what they bring and the amount of like skilled troops. They have 1 lifeguard in that unit. But otherwise, this looks very much like a pushover. Look, their guard unit, the Pavlovsky Guard. They don't have increased range, and they don't have increased reload skill. They're gonna get absolutely murdered by my army, if not even their elite units. Their elite units have the same accuracy as kind of my normal units. Russia's not gonna have a great time, are they? Just to bring you guys up to speed, I've done 2 end turns, I think. And we've been able to bring forwards the armies. So we're just on the edge here. To crossing into Russian territory. Their army is clearly on the move towards here. Unfortunately, the military advisor was turned by one of their femboys, and so now he's gone over to the Russian side. We murdered the femboy, so he is no longer there. The armies are coming through, and we've also landed 2 armies, so we'll be making... possibly having the Russians go after these, I'm not entirely sure. But it could be that I'm bringing these to crush this army, while these 2 continue straight through and take this northern area. At the same time, the spies are going through. Soon the reinforcements will be ready to depart and come all the way over. It could be that I decide to recruit another advisor on the way and we pick that up. And so we bring the new ninja that's in the capital, and we bring that with us to attack the Russians here. But so far it doesn't look like the Russians are bringing that many troops. It seemingly, I mean, the bloody Koreans had thousands upon thousands of troops. If this is all the Russians had, I'm not sure what they were thinking, really. Unless they have tons of armies now out on ships all over the place, but I doubt it very much. Not exactly what I had in plan when I decided to invade, or when I planned this invasion. The 2 armies right here have lost about 800 men each due to winter attrition, and now the Russian army has moved in force to attack them. But as it is, they are not actually attacking. They're letting the winter do the job, which seems awfully Russian, doesn't it? Great tactic though, as they would do well to conserve strength for the main army, which is coming up around here. Now, we also had a threat of attack from United Kingdom. I should have known it was a bad idea to let them stretch their legs and become a bigger kingdom. I have paid them off, so we're a little bit better in terms of happiness, and I also paid them to join my other wars, so now they're at war with Russia as well as the Dutch, because the Dutch has once again declared war on me. God knows why. I also noted that the Enzo Republic is not very happy with their situation up in the north. They're hostile towards me. Unreliable ally, minus 252 points. I'm going in, paying 250,000 every so often to keep the French from steamrolling these bastards, yet they're angry with me. Unreliable ally. They're only friends with the Dutch and America. Interesting. Right, with that said, let's go ahead and take a look at what we can do here. So I'm thinking we're gonna lead with this army towards this one right here. We'll see what kind of damage we can do there, and that leaves the reinforcement army, hopefully with quite a few troops left afterwards. And so they could possibly go for the attack against these troops over here. So I want to get... Oh, you want to try and go around... Okay, so you're... Okay, so I can go directly into the center and try and bring everything into one battle, and that is exactly what I'm going to do. Okay, I guess there's a limit to how many troops or how many reinforcement armies they can bring in, because they've brought in this one right here, this one, there's two in the back that haven't been brought in. We have a total force of 10,000 men against a Russian force of 29,000, almost 30,000 Russian troops. But we do have a great advantage that we are a lot more experienced than the Russians. The Russians have been sidelined in terms of the fact that they haven't been able to deal any damage to the Koreans whatsoever. This is going to be an absolute slaughter. So let's not linger. Let's go straight into battle, because it's cold and I rather warm up right now. Even if it is due to the fires of cannon and musket shot. I don't know what it is with mainland Asia, but is the terrain always the same? It seems like, or maybe it's, I don't know if it's the skill of my general that I always end up on a hill. And then we have the hill to the side, and we have the hill here, and then the hills... It seems like it's very similar in terms of its setup. Or at least, I mean, I always start on a hill like this, for some reason. But enough of that, we need to get this battle started. First things first is getting the artillery forward. I've done a little bit of a different setup this time around, just because we have impassable terrain around this hill right here. So there's no need to get so many troops up there. Or I can't really get that many troops up there. So instead, we're gonna kind of switch the focus a little bit. So we're gonna have the guards. We're gonna have the 1st Brigade here. 2nd Brigade is gonna snake its way across this hill, connect over there. Oh, the guards are already firing. Right, let's get these cannons set up. The enemy doesn't have any cannons, so that'll be nice. And where's my reinforcement? My reinforcements has... No, that's not mine reinforcements. That's the enemy. Okay, that needs... we need to revise our plan. 1st and 2nd Brigade will now be set up here. I missed one, I think. Let's see. There we go. So now control of both 1st and 2nd Brigade. Let's go ahead and reorganize the Lancers. Where... I'm a little bit worried with my reinforcements. Oh, they're down here. Okay, so we've got an enemy coming in there. Alright. Let's see. Hanoverian troops. Let's make it simple here, because I want to focus on what's going on here. So let's get the Hanoverian to connect the lines, connect the dots, like that. And I'm gonna get all the cavalry to set up around here. And then their artillery pieces will join us on the hill, together with the general will also join us on the hill. So far I don't think the Russians have fired a single shot back at us. It's just we have been firing on them as they try to reorganize in the face of our fire. Similar over here. Oh, I'm getting double shot on the Russians there. What troop will I send in? I'm feeling like we'll have the Lancers going on these guys in their flank. Or maybe the Cuirassiers will lead the charge. The Lancers will go around the back, making sure that no one makes it out of there, so we don't have to fight them again. Similar here, I have the distinct possibility of being able to push these troops forward and shoot the enemy down as they enter the field. So we're doing a lot of work on these guys. Being able to have these 8 lines all just pouring down fire on these. Right. The Cuirassiers are going in. The Lance is coming up behind. Let's see what kind of damage we can do here. And at some point here I need to tell the troops on the hill to hold fire, as I do not want to hit my own troops. Okay, they're all falling apart. Hopefully they'll focus on this, but I can't be certain, so I'm going to just tell them to hold fire, except the units out here. These two, they can continue to fire. And now it's absolute murder on that side. Okay, so we've dealt damage to 2 of these are retreating. I kind of want to push these guys forward so that we can get... because I don't want them to get out of here. Hold fire. Okay, the cavalry is absolutely massacring this army. We're gonna hold these 2 brigades here for a while, just to make sure that this was everything that came out of here. I don't want to get surprised by Russian troops. Holy moly, an entire army wiped out. Okay, we're not really facing anything from there, so both units will move to fire that way.
The enemy has uncovered the hidden units.
I didn't know I was hiding any units. Some troops made it away. So about 250. I'm not going to pursue them because the cavalry is so tired at this point. So we're just going to try and reorganize them a little bit and see if we can get their strength back. Use them for another charge. No more troops are coming in here. I kind of feel like there's gonna come more troops in there. I wonder, like, what's the size of a full... This was a full stack. This was a Russian full stack. There were 4 armies. 30,000 men. That could have been like 7,000 or 8,000 men that we just absolutely wiped out within moments. Alright, let's continue to fire. Let's continue to fire here. We've got tons of Russians retreating over here. Would like to pursue as many of these as possible, but I don't think I will be able to. What I could have done is I could have moved the Hanoverian army forward And I could have dealt damage to them. They're getting reinforcements from here right now. So it doesn't seem like there might be coming any more troops out of that area. We will now turn 1st and 2nd Brigade to face this front. And I'll detach. I don't know where exactly they came in from. But we'll keep some units facing that way, and then we'll move the rest of the Hanoverian army forward. 2 brigades plus the 2 guard units will bring up the rear, and we'll be moving forward that way. Cavalry is kind of ready to fight. Looks like the Russians are moving forward. At least these troops here are moving forward towards us. What we should do now is we should actually split up the force, so we should not concentrate it the same way. Because now I want the ability of light and heavy cavalry on both sides, depending on where we get a break among the Russian line. I don't know why the cannons focus in on this area. They should be firing here. I feel like we could do a lot of damage firing shrapnel into this mess. And I'm not entirely sure about their the way the Russians have lined up their force. These Life Guard, yeah, they've already killed about 1,000 each. I can dare to move them closer. Okay, so we've got kind of an attack coming in here. Which we need to make sure they don't escape. Got field cannon coming in. You know what? Whatever. Fire wherever you want. Artillery. What I think we'll do is we'll move them like this. Oh, enemy reinforcements coming in right there. Set up on the hill. Here comes the cavalry. Cavalry slightly on the back there, so they don't catch any stray shots. Let's get the cavalry in to deploy to destroy these troops right here. Oh crap, I forgot to tell all of these idiots to fire at will again. Luckily though, the Russians didn't really exploit that. The amount of fire that was fired on this unit was insane. I mean, I didn't have time to go close there, but everyone in like these 6 units all focused in. You could see the bullets like spraying all over the sides there. And now the cavalry is coming in to finish them off. I mean, the unit basically died where it stood. 20 men out of so and so many hundreds of troops. And they all got murdered. Oh, look at the formation the Russians are creating over here. What are they doing? At the same time... Oh, crap. We're really close to each other. The Russian units are so much larger. We'll just have the Lancers continue there, and then the heavy cavalry will kind of back off. Just gonna get it down to about 100. You know what? I think we're catching strays fire, so let's pull them back. Point blank range, firing straight into each other here. Brutal as hell. I'm gonna get the guards up here. Okay, what I'm going to do is part of this is going to swing like that, and the other one's going to protect the flank. And then there's lots of Russians coming this way. So we should maybe do a cavalry charge through there. Let's pull these guys back, and these two brigades. We've got kind of a hill here, so they can set up over there. Someone asked me why I always run the units. The units are set, or it's like standard set for what's it called? For Shogun, that the units are always set to run. So it's not something I've like set up. Although I think you can change it, I should say. I don't know if my a charge would work here. I'm gonna do layered with the guards, and that's gonna absolutely... Oh shit. Ooh, that was nasty. Can I get around on the side? No, I cannot. I can move out like this. Which is what I'm going to do. I think we're catching fire here. Okay, this unit wasn't happy with its assigned task. Its assigned task, so it's going to move it back. And we're going to leave the two guard units to blast the enemy. I'm going to bring the cavalry down. They're not going to be... I was kind of hoping I'd be able to kind of ride down like that. But that's not going to happen. Okay, so this brigade is now shooting up these. The guards are out of bullets. This lifeguard has now killed 1100. The second one is up to 1500. Soon enough I don't have any bullets left. The thing is, these troops are so tired from having constantly been running all over the place. I feel like I could probably run them down. We have the cavalry up here going this way, this cavalry pushing through here and going down that way. We could possibly destroy them that way. And then this brigade need to be moved a little bit like that. And then this one needs to be moved slightly like that so that everyone can take part. Let's see. The two Lancer units will go for the Jaegers up there, and the two guard units will go for the infantry down here. And these guys will just hit the center over there. Yeah, the guards are now out of shot. These guys break. And I want to just hold these so we don't lose any extra unnecessary troops among that. Two guard units over here. What a fight. Russians might have enough soon. Okay, the guards went through. Yeah, my cavalry attack worked. They got smoked. I want the artillery now to completely focus the fire on this hill. I feel like, you know what? They're all dying here, aren't they? Go in. Let's see if I can order the cavalry to go after the correct amount of units here. And you move in to block them over there. The guards ordered in to charge. They're charging uphill. Okay, here comes the... Yeah. Most of this army seems to be getting away. Can I order fire in the rear here? It's all volunteers. And as the artillery shots coming in, they feel they have had enough. Let's not fire on our own, and I am victorious. Now I'm just gonna make sure that as many of these don't make it out after the battle. Unfortunately, it looks like quite a lot of them are gonna make it out. But I was able to destroy quite a few of the Russian forces here. We've got tens of thousands of troops dead on the field. It's an absolute massacre. There's so many we simply can't just catch and kill all of them. I don't know why this army waited so long and did not try and attack me. Because usually they kind of just hold back when they have superior amount of artillery, but I never even really saw any Russian artillery. What a battle. Well, there we have it. We were victorious. Let's go ahead and take a look at the statistics of this battle. And see how many I actually killed. Here's the result of the battle. It's a heroic victory, and a surprisingly high amount of Russians actually made it away from the battle. 11,000 men were able to escape my clutches. However, 19,000 did not. So the Russians deployed 30,000 men against my 10,000. We lost 1,000 men, so about 10%, while the enemy lost close to 66%, I guess, of their army, with 19,000 out of 30,000 dead. That's quite a lot of troops dead. Highest kills goes to Life Guard, followed by Hanoverian Guards, followed by Guard Ulan, followed by Hanoverian Guards. So the Hanoverian Guards, in their fight over on the right flank, where they were absolutely massacring the enemy in a very short period of time, compared to the Life Guard that was able to fire from basically the start of the battle. Very nice indeed. We completely savaged the Russian force. Now we do have 2 more Russian armies to fight. Actually, it's a single one. With only cannons. I feel like we just did like a huge bloody battle here. February. How many more turns of winter? 1. That's great. Then I don't have to worry about that as much. I think this one is definitely off camera because it's all cannons. This army only has 2 cannons. Like, this is something that I can run over. I don't need to show this. So by the next video, I'm not entirely sure where we'll be exactly, but if there's no opposition close to what we had here, then I might have been, you know, pushing all the way to the central province. But we'll see. They seem to be sending more troops. I'm sure, because it's going to take me quite a while to get through all of this, they'll be able to kind of get something going over here, possibly. I'll send over a ship right now to check. Yeah, they're going to have something ready for me around the capital, so it won't be, it's not over just yet, but given what happened in this battle, the Russians aren't going to put up much more resistance, are they? But with that said, I'll say as I always say, hopefully you guys enjoy this, and hopefully I'll see you guys for the next one. Bye!